Hello guys, this is Ian Fairley and welcome to another episode of my dinosaur series. Last time we talked about how sauropods like Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus grew to the size of buildings, or even bigger. We also talked about how dinosaurs traveled in herds to protect themselves against predators. Well, another group of herbivorous dinosaurs called ceratopsians also traveled in herds. Unlike sauropods, ceratopsians were not as big as them, but they were known as horned dinosaurs. Ceratopsians use their horns as weapons against predators that dare try to attack it. Ceratopsians also developed neck frills on their heads to prevent the attacker from going at its neck. It doesn't always succeed though. But the horns of ceratopsians were also used for display to attract mates and intimidate rivals during a courtship. This causes both male ceratopsians to fight each other in combat for dominance, not only for the female, but for the entire herd.
Oh yeah, we the cool guys.
It's similar to how buffaloes, elephants, and rhinos do it. But it's not just the herbivores that fight for dominance. Carnivores also do it too to become the leader of a pack, or pride. For example, male lions will fight each other forever until one of them submits, and the winner not only takes the lioness, but the whole pride, while the loser is exiled somewhere out of the pride. The same thing often happens with dinosaurs. So for this episode, we are going to talk about two ceratopsian horned dinosaurs from the late Cretaceous period, Triceratops and Pentaceratops. Let's start with Triceratops. Triceratops means three-horned face because of the three horns it has on its head. Think of them as like a triangle. Triceratops had these horns for defending itself while fighting off predators like T-Rex, and they were used as a display to attract females of its own and to intimidate rivals of their own. Triceratops might have been dangerous and not an easy prey for T-Rex to tackle. But like sauropods, Triceratops and other ceratopsians are herbivores. I might have mentioned this already, but you'll get the gist. Triceratops was estimated to be about 30 feet long and 10 feet tall. That's about as big as a London bus. The Triceratops' horns are about 3 feet long, about as long or longer than a sword. It could puncture a T-Rex by the leg or any other body part. When the first two horns become too long, Triceratops will often come to retrieve and rub its head on it, up and down, to shorten the horns a little bit more. This benefits the dinosaur from accidentally hurting itself and others of its herd. This is how rhinos do it to prevent the overgrowth of horns. Triceratops' bones were discovered in the same three location states of North America, about the same place where T-Rex was. The Triceratops' bones were discovered in year 1877, which is a couple years before T-Rex was discovered. Although T-Rex and Triceratops were enemies, they learned to coexist with each other sometimes. This is known as a community, where predator and prey live at the same place and learn to coexist. In fact, every animal of different species. This is common around modern day animals, especially if the predator has to eat the prey. Now that we covered the facts about Triceratops, let's talk about its horned cousin, the Pentaceratops. The Pentaceratops in general means five-horned face. But the only problem is, we only see three horns on the Pentaceratops like it's a Triceratops. So why was the Pentaceratops named the five-horned face if we only see three horns? It might have had something to do with the other two tiny horns growing from each side of its face, known as cheekbones. But it seemed to me that the other ceratopsians also had those cheekbones. So to me, I thought the five-horned Pentaceratops theory was a bit of a mystery to me. The Pentaceratops used its horns for the same purpose Triceratops used their horns for. But for extra protection, Pentaceratops' neck frill was a lot longer than Triceratops, especially its horns. Both dinosaurs in common will often herd in circles to protect their young from danger. This is also common with buffaloes defending their young from a pride of lions. In the year of 1921, the bones of Pentaceratops were discovered in the southwestern parts of USA, known as New Mexico. Oh, and New Mexico is a state, unlike the original Mexico. A couple years not too long ago for my vacation, I went to the original part of the original Mexico, known as Cancun. The size of Pentaceratops was about 30 feet long and 10 feet tall, about the same size as Triceratops, though thanks to the neck frill of Pentaceratops, I always thought it'd be bigger. The skull of the Pentaceratops and Triceratops are very unique, meaning different. While the Pentaceratops skull had holes in their frills, like most other ceratopsians, Triceratops' skull is solid bone and has no holes in its frill. Wow, what a coincidence that a Triceratops has a skull that doesn't even have holes in its frill. They were as solid as a rock. Anyway, this concludes my third episode of my dinosaur series. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like in the comments and subscribe to this channel. Next time on my fourth episode of the dinosaur series, we will talk about two dinosaurs from the late Triassic period, known as Coelophysis and Plateosaurus. Stay tuned, everyone. Peace.